Right then, I'm recording. I think everything's set.
Cool.
And right, ready, Lewis? Leave your grumpiness.
Always.
3, 2, 1. Welcome, dear listeners. This is episode 99 of the Devon Dice podcast, recorded on the 14th of May, 2023. In this podcast, we will be discussing the upcoming UK Games Expo event. I'm your host, Joel Wright. Joining me on the podcast is Nick Shaw, the podcast resident board game designer.
Hello, everybody.
And Dr. Lewis, the podcast classic grumpy board gamer player.
Someone's got to... Hello, everyone. Someone's got to keep you guys in.
Yeah, we can't be liking everything, can we?
Exactly.
I haven't put that in, Nick. The Clank news. I haven't put that in. Anyway,
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell. Got it in already.
Anyway, we are coming up to our 100th episode. We were just discussing it back then, and we might be, if we're all there in the same place, and that's UK Games Expo, we recording it there, so we've got a bit of time. Get your questions in. My quiz is coming together quite nicely. They're going to hate it.
Nice.
I'm going to love it.
Quiz. Oh.
And 100 is coming up. It's not going to be this month because UK Games Expo is the very first weekend of June. So yeah, stay tuned. It is coming. We're getting there. Right.
Gonna be good.
Yes.
Up on the quiz.
So, on Kickstarter news, if you haven't seen it, why not? It's been everywhere. But there's been more difficulties with Kickstarters. Not even at the point of delivery. They're still at the point of process, and now we're hit a whole new high of these publishers requesting money from the backers to just continue making the game. Well, it's not even delivery money. It's just to continue making the game. And that's Rainbow Six.
They've run out of money because of increased production costs, which is believable, but the amount they're asking, I suppose they have kind of shot themselves in the foot by making a game that is that expensive for so many backers.
I mean, it's not believable, actually. It's not believable remotely. So they funded, didn't they, for about 1.5 million.
Yeah.
And the amount that they're trying to generate is every single backer paying $250 odd, which is equal to their highest pledge, for a total of about $3 million. So they want another double what they've already had. Now, costs have not increased 300%. So
I love it when we get him on the.
I think they're also asking to repay shipping as well.
Oh, just
so it's it is. And to be fair, it is not everyone being asked that amount. There are different amounts depending on what you backed.
Yeah,
well,
I mean, if you
oh, he's gone.
Incompetent. If you're incompetent, you shouldn't be taking.
Yep.
Can you hear me? So can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's if you're incompetent, you shouldn't be taking 1.5 million pounds off or dollars off people. It's an absolute joke. You need to close your business now. Stop asking people for more money. People just have to take their hit, and you need to go and get a real job, or go and work.
Well, I think the problem they have as well is that because it's based on an IP, they are on a bound by the IP contract to produce the game regardless.
Yes.
And they would be under severe penalties if they don't, probably.
Would
be my guess. But yeah, that's not the backer's fault.
Definitely.
And they're having to bear the brunt of it.
I mean, if
I would not put another penny into that.
Well, you
And a
don't
lot of people
have
are saying
to. It's a contribution, I think they're asking for.
That's a contribution of $250. A contribution is, can everyone chuck in a tenner? Like,
Well, yeah, but it's not a tenner, is it? By the looks of it, some people are having to pay up to $250 towards this extra.
But they've already
That's
paid
what I'm saying.
500.
Which is another call me or not all-in pledge at this rate. So, I mean, at this point, I'll be asking myself, is this actually worth it? Because there's still no guarantee that you will see a product after this. They're still not guaranteeing it.
I'm out.
The ratings on BoardGameGeek now out of 415 ratings, 336 are 1. Which is, so yeah, if you look at it, it's got an average rating of 2.3 now on BGG, and it is entirely because of this mismanagement. It's nothing about the game necessarily, because no one's played it.
No one's played it. Like, why are you rating it? Like, oh, I'm cross about Kickstarter. So I'm gonna
that is exactly what they're doing. Yeah,
annoys me as much. Like, sure, be annoyed. I'd be annoyed, but just write it off. I'm afraid you've lost your money. Don't give them another penny, and just go away. Like walk away. Like, don't rate the game. Why are you rating the game on BoardGameGeek? That doesn't mean anything. You've not played it.
That's what they do. Asking for refunds.
Yeah, it's annoying.
I mean,
yeah. I think they said they would do refunds or something, didn't they?
They might have done. I don't remember.
Let me see. FAQ. See, I nearly backed it. I backed it at $1 because I couldn't decide whether I wanted to do this or not. It looked good. It's 3D furniture. The miniatures look good. The gameplay looked quite clever. But then I just it's just way too much money again. Just to get the all-in stuff and all the extras, it was just like, I just couldn't do part of it. I was just like, I've got to do all of it. So
it's just another tale of overproduced nonsense, isn't it? Like,
yeah, here's a stretch goals languages.
Just make the game first and then worry about all the expansions afterwards. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Can't see anything about refunds or anything like that, but usually they have something in their FAQs or things like that.
Yeah, well, maybe.
But anyway, it's a shame. I mean, I really hope people do see this product if they've actually have put more money into it. But me on my side, I'm quite glad I have not backed it. So, but yeah, on a tale of telling money, on a tale of paying money towards Kickstarters, I finally decided what I did with my Marvel Multiverse pledge, and I went for the full.
And you backed it.
I went for the full in.
Of course you did. I didn't even discuss it. How is this even a topic that we're talking about? We know that you were going full, always going to go full in. Like, don't even bother bringing it up. Yeah. Everyone listening knows. We knew. You knew. And this isn't news. Move on.
Anyway, so that's the update on that. Let's see how much more I get screwed on it. Anyway, that's that. Steepled Games, the publisher behind Tai-Chi and T for Two, has been quietly dissolved. So it won't be fulfilling.
It looks like it's been quietly dissolved. It's there. So there's arguments back and forth at the moment on the Chai T for Two Kickstarter and GameFound page, where the company is not responding at all. There is evidence that the business closed down in January in the Canadian business registry, but one of the collaborators on the Kickstarter is actually commenting at the moment on the Kickstarter, saying it's not dead. The company is still there, but he doesn't know why the company aren't responding, because they're not talking to him either. So it's all very odd.
Okay.
It's basically been silent for quite some time, for months, from the publisher.
Yeah, and
so no one really knows what's going on with it, which is a shame, because Chai Tea for Two, we've played a version on Tabletopia. It was actually a good game. It was a fun game.
All right. And unfortunately, our other co-host Sam has backed Tai-Chi, I think. So yeah, a little bit disappointed. He is.
Indeed. So it's still an open question about whether it'll fulfill or not. We just don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. On other video game first-person shooters coming to cardboard, Call of Duty, the board game, has been announced. and Apex Legends. Now, I also put S.T.A.L.K.E.R, and that's an acronym. And I've never played S.T.A.L.K.E.R, so I don't know if it's a first person, but it definitely is a video game. I've seen it out
Is that
there.
one where you have to sort of like hide in the bushes and peep through windows?
I might be saying
That's
it wrong.
not the list of mechanisms, I'm afraid.
It's a new mechanism. That's it.
It's a new mechanism.
Peek through windows.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Call of Duty.
How well can you use a pair of binoculars?
Call of Duty has been announced. I've been watching a video of some preliminary kind of gameplay, and it's really based on the video game, like the multiplayer version of it, where you're kind of, you could be two people running around the map, and it's hidden movement at first until you come across in someone's line of sight, and it's that planned hidden movement. So it looks quite cool. You've both got like big screens and a mini map in front of you, and then you've got the big map in the middle of the table, and you first plan out where you're going to move to, and then I think you reenact it. As far as I got as a video before we started recording. So it'd be interesting to see how much more comes about when I continue watching it. But kind of looking forward to this. Again, this is coming to Kickstarter later on this year. And then Apex Legends is again based on the multiplayer shooter, and this is down to the last circle. So if you played any of the open world mass multiplayer versions, there's always this kind of shrinking ring effect as time goes on, and this is the last circle. So it's down to you and another team, and you're just trying to take each other out and be the last one standing. From what I've seen, because Paul Grogan's done a playthrough video of it, it's quite a heavy setup, but it does seem to bring like what you are, like Apex Legends is all about, and the last one, and it's got 3D environment as well, which looks quite cool. So be interested to see some more of that, and see how that again. And again, I think that's coming to Kickstarter, of course, in the future.
I think there's been a few of these, like even like non-IP'd games that have tried to recreate first-person shooters. I don't think I've been impressed by any of them, to be honest.
I mean, I've got one called Reload, which is kind of like Fortnite. It's a little bit similar to Fortnite.
Right.
And it's actually really good. I quite enjoy playing it. I might bring that along to UK Games Expo. Be interested.
I would like to play a game of a first-person shooter game that's actually decent.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it's definitely great, and it's got a good dice. It's not even dice rolling, dice placement mechanic. How you plan out your turn, or how you do your turn, and how the defense and attack work. So yeah, I'll bring it along, and you can see what it's like.
The grumpy bloke in me says that computer games should stick to computer games and board games should stick to the board games. What happened to a good old classic board game about colonization and the slave trade? Aren't those the classics?
And farming.
And farming, exactly. Yeah.
All the
colonists, not slave trades. Colonists, they're colonists. Keep forgetting that line. That's fine. Yeah. We should all stick to what we're best at. I think board games should stick to that.
So, Fantasy Flight Games is bringing out the new Star Wars Unlimited collectible card game. I mean,
I'm not going to lie, that happened. That's happened already. That happened when I was about 12. There was a Star Wars collectible card game. They're not bringing it out. That's not news.
It is a new one.
They
put a new shine on it to charge you more money.
Yeah.
But not a lot is known about it yet, is it?
Literally, I hear the word Fantasy Flight, and all I hear is rip-off and decidedly average games. I mean, X-Wing is actually. I mean, I've only ever played the original version of the rules. X-Wing was reasonably good as an entertaining game, but I just got friends who've got absolutely everything, and they go to competitions and stuff like that, and they have to keep spending thousands of pounds just to be able to stay in the competitions. It's just bonkers.
Well, they keep trying, didn't they? Because they brought out the dice with cards,
Yeah.
kind of collectible card game. Was it Destiny?
Destiny, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
It kind of worked for the first 3 months, and then everyone got kind of a bit bored of it.
You quite liked it, didn't you, Joel? You got it, didn't you?
I got a few of them. Yeah, I got starter kit and some boosters. But it's just a whole thing again. You could just sink money into it, just to try and chase the cards and things like that. And I wonder if they're bringing it out because they got the Disney Lorcana.
Lorcana.
That's coming out, and that's meant to be.
We've seen more information on that recently as well because it was at the Gamma Expo.
So, but yeah. Again, more video games coming to board games, and that's Sea of Thieves from Steamforge. Which, if you know Steamforge's track record, I'd steer right clear of it, like a monster in the sea. So, yes, but yeah, Sea of Thieves is a great game on the computer game world. I just don't see. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how they try and interpret this into cardboard.
Yeah.
From the designers of Clank, hey, it's in. We got a new game coming. Wild
Publishers,
Tile
not designers.
West. Oh yeah. Oh, it's actually the designer is the designer.
The same
of Clank.
designer.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Designer and publisher.
Yes.
There you go. And Dune Imperium as well. He also did.
Do you have to build a deck of cards and explore a slightly different board with a Wild West theme?
No.
No, it is polyomino. So it's the Uwe Rosenberg style polyomino tile placement, but with a Wild West twist, and not Uwe Rosenberg.
And you got dice. You roll dice first, and you place the dice
next
to the polyomo. Yeah. So
all
this crap.
And I watched the Dice Tower live play of this, and it's like a cute tile laying game. Not very heavy. Got some nice bits in it. Nice production.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So that looks quite nice. But yeah, that was our Clank link for the week.
Just
wait. There's more.
Is there? Oh yes, there is.
Never stops. Yeah, exactly. It never stops. You mean that's our Clank news for the 10 seconds, and then
for this segment.
Yeah.
Anyway, and to round off the news, which is probably going to be a little bit extensive, we've got the winners of the BoardGameGeek Awards of 2023, but the games from 2022. So, and I'm quite happy about this because there's not one mention of Wingspan in here. So
finally,
it was nominated for an expansion though.
I bet it was. You remember that episode we did, Lewis, where it was just like you didn't know what was coming, and it was just like, guess what? This is who won this category? Don't tell me Wingspan. Yes.
No, but some of them it didn't even fit. Some of them it didn't even apply. Like Wingspan wasn't that kind of game. Like why?
I find they're all very.
The winner is
like that.
Wingspan. Like for goodness sake, absolute joke. But these ones at least look like nobody has won more than 2 at least. And
no,
there's a variety there.
Good variety here, and I think most of them fit. 2-player game goes to Splendor Duel. Yeah,
I've heard good things.
Fair enough.
Artwork goes to Flamecraft. Yeah,
it is beautiful.
It is beautiful and cutesy and things like that. Expansion: Dune Imperium, Rise of Ix. Now, I have been told this really does change the game from a good game to an awesome game, this expansion. So, and I'm taking that on the word of our one listener, Mark. So, yeah.
Hi, Mark.
He's got very good taste, so being a listener, so...
you got to trust him. Yeah, that might make me want to actually try Dune Imperium again then, because I found the base game fairly average.
Yeah, me too.
This boosters up. That might be worth trying.
Yeah,
just a bit long, wasn't it?
Cat in a Box won Innovated Game of the Year and Light Game of the Year. So, and I'll give that.
You got your copy of that now, Joel?
Not yet. I will.
It's still on order.
Still on order. Still waiting for more to come in. Lewis would be happy with this. Co-op winner of the year. Return to Dark Tower.
That's a good shout.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were chatting about it the other week, weren't we?
Yep. Heat won Medium Game of the Year and Thematic Game of the Year. So
Yeah, that's fair. I see.
definitely.
It fits
Yep,
both
I
of
really
those
enjoyed
things, doesn't it?
Yeah. Heavy Game of the Year goes to Carnegie.
Carnegie.
Carnegie. It's Carnegie.
Carnegie.
According to Sam, when he corrected us last time.
He did, didn't he? I still don't think we're saying it right. But anyway, everyone knows what we're talking about. Party game goes to Ready Set Bet. I hear this is really great.
That's very popular.
I was hoping to play it at the Meeple's Corners Day, and he didn't actually have a copy, so unfortunate. But never mind. Now,
still time.
Friend of the podcast got Print and Play Award this year for Aquamarine.
Aquamarine.
Yeah. Rory, good old Rory.
Good old Rory.
Matthew Dunstan.
I've actually got it printed out, so I should play it. Really.
Cool.
So,
yeah.
Thematic game goes to Tuning Machine.
Turing Machine. So that's
game.
Solo game.
Solo. Thematic was Heat.
So yes, solo game goes to Turing Machine. Yes.
I'm not convinced about that because Turing Machine itself is a very multiplayer solitaire game anyway.
Right.
It's not really a solo game. To me, it's not a solo game. It's a game you can play solo because you don't really have any interaction with anyone else.
So far,
it's a game we're calling solo because it's actually really badly designed with no player interaction.
Well, no, I hear it is a very good game if you like that kind of logic puzzle. Then it's really good.
I like
fun.
a logic puzzle.
Yeah, I think you'd enjoy it actually. Yeah.
So this is one that.
I'd say there were probably better solo games that came out last year.
So this is the game so far that, or the category that so far gets the onto it, because it's not. We don't think it's right. Anyway, I don't know. I've never played it, so I don't know what it's like. War Games goes to Undaunted Stalingrad. Now this is interesting because I learnt that Stalingrad has some kind of campaign legacy aspect to it. So that'd be interesting. We played it Undaunted, Lewis, but this makes it
we
a
played
bit more
Undaunted. I thought it was quite good. You got very grumpy, didn't you?
Yeah.
Didn't I beat you like 3 times in a row? And
yeah, it's rubbish. Don't want to play this anymore, especially not with Lewis.
Yeah, exactly. The problem is you're used to playing kind of normal board games with me, but if you were to start me, I started on strategy games like that, so it's even more my strength. So yeah,
that's good to see this there. It's good.
It was fine, wasn't it?
Best board game app goes to Everdell, which I give it. It's actually pretty good. It's got a bit clunky faults, but I think they've actually tuned it up a bit. And it was beautiful to play. So I'll give him that.
Cool.
And I think they spelt this one wrong because the best podcast goes to This Game Is Broken.
Yeah, they spelled Devon wrong completely.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what keeps happening here. Anyway. So
well done to them. Yeah, well done.
In about 500 years' time, we might get a chance to get up there.
Well, they voted everyone else.
Yeah. Oh dear. But so that's it. That was the Board Game Awards, or BoardGameGeek Awards thing, and a pretty good list, I think, this year. I think all of them well deserved.
Yeah, it's a decent set of games. I disagree with some of the categories where they put things in, but I think most of the results are good. They're all good.
So I didn't realise Everdell had got an app.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
I've talked about it, Lewis. You
might not have been here. I was listening closely.
Yes, of course you were. So, on to crowdfunding. And the big one hit Kickstarter this month. That's Clank Legacy 2. Which
is the big one.
Incorporated. Darkest
they did. They hit the starting blocks running. They or however it's spelled. And I can't find it now. I had it up. But they came out. They hit their funding goal within less than a couple of hours, I believe, because Sam backed 20 of them.
And you back the other 500.
Yeah. Shh. Quiet.
I'm sure they don't mind if you're back for 500 copies. They wouldn't say no.
No. But it looks pretty good. They can. Well, I don't know. It hasn't said it's continuing the story. It is in a way, but you're getting new characters to use. They're evolving that a bit more. Where you actually build your character a lot more in this. There is new things coming out. I'm trying to remember now what they've talked about. Oh, there's bosses now. They've actually got there's its own separate deck for boss battles, which is an interesting take. Again, there's going to be loads and loads of stickers. There's going to be loads of cards to be added in. So if you played the first one, just think of this as tenfold kind of thing.
I'm still really upset that we never got to finish our you don't finish with me the first one. Well, have you not played it?
No, I started again. I started a brand new one with Claire. So
you've still got our one.
So yeah, I've still got it.
Maybe we should do it.
We should do. Yeah. That's why I kept it.
We can start meeting up or something. Like do it like once every 6 months or something. We'll gradually have like a night of playing like 3 or 4 games.
Could do.
In fairness, if we'd started doing that once every 6 months, but like a little while ago, like when we first did it, we'd probably have done it by now. It's that long ago. So I'm gonna use this to kind of slip in a little something because I'm just looking at it and thinking I wonder if I want to get kind of 1 and 2 while it's kind of there, because although I'm not a Clank fanboy like you guys, I do like Clank, and I've just started. So my kids have just started playing and really getting into a lot more proper board games.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to select games to introduce them to new mechanics, and I've just introduced them to the wonderful world of deck building, and they really like it because I bought the Quest for El Dorado.
Okay,
it's a Reign of Knizia, isn't it? Yeah, Knizia. It's like a race, and then you with deck building kind of elements, and you buy new cards, and then you play cards to traverse different areas, and there's multiple different currencies that let you travel across different areas, and it's a bit like almost exactly like a roll and move, but it's a deck builder. So and you've got to have hope you get the right cards and build your right deck, and they really enjoyed it actually.
Cool.
And I've quite enjoyed it as well actually. It's not too complicated. It's nice and simple.
Quite simple, isn't it? It's like an introduction to deck building.
Yeah, one mechanic in it that I think works really well and makes it much better than other deck builders in this area that I've played is that you don't just take all of one currency and add it all up. You can't just add up all of your machetes that let you move through jungle, for example. Every card has to be played separately for movement. Yeah. So if you're trying to, so the board is laid out, so you've got some spaces that are like 3 machetes to move on to, some that are like 2, for example, and some that are like 1. And if you've got if you've got 3 1 machete cards, you can't play them to move on to the 3 spot.
Yeah.
Only each individual card can be played to move 1 machete. You can't add them up. But if you've got a 3-1, it can be a 2 and then a 1. So you can still do that. But it's just what it means is that you have to level up your deck.
You can't crawl slowly along.
Yeah, and there are whole sections of the board where you will not just be crawling slowly along, but you'll be zigzagging up and down and up and down the whole tile, taking 5 times the length of time other people are to do it. It's really, really clever, actually, and it's really quite well balanced. I'm not sure we did that right when I played with you, Joel, because
No, you sounds like it. Yeah, maybe we did something wrong, or they changed it.
Yeah, no, I don't think they've changed it. I think we did it wrong. I think there was a rule that we because we were so used to Clank, we couldn't picture in our head
how you were in the Clank.
You weren't adding it all up and then just doing it. And then it was this thing about, if any remainder disappears. Like, well, I don't know what you mean by any remainder. I mean, there was a rule we couldn't quite work it out. And it's only because I reread the rules now when I was playing. I was like, each card is completely separate. So you have to play a movement. The only thing you can add up is coins for buying new cards. Interestingly, coins are also a a currency for movement as well, and you can't add them up as well. You can't add 3 1s for coins, but you can have 3 1 coins for when you come to buy a card, and you can buy one
Because I
card.
did remember it went really quickly as well, and it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, that's over with.
Yeah,
but
and
it was also
also
German copy, so we were trying to get the rules from German.
struggling with the German. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, plenty. But I think that's the issue, because the other thing as well is it actually makes the board much more interesting, because like you really have to go round bits. Like today we were playing a game, and there's a whole bit in the middle that had like 4 coins and 3 coins, and my highest coin card was a 2, so I had no way of getting through that. So I had to go all the way around the outside, and luckily I'd stocked up on some paddles to get across the rivers, because there were some rivers either side. So I managed to jimmy my way around the side. And everyone else was getting stuck. And it's really interesting, because you end up with these kind of big stuck bits where everyone's like, "No, I have got the card somewhere. Why won't it come?" And then it was actually really good. Have you still got your copy, Joel? Or did you sell it?
No, I got rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you did. But yeah, it's actually completely different. It'll be with maybe I'll bring it to UK Games Expo and we can play it again, because I think you'll notice how different it is, and it's different enough to other deck builders that you know that bit's interesting, and it makes the race more interesting and the terrain more interesting, and it just but it's still nice and simple.
Okay.
So yeah, I got that because I thought I'd introduce them to deck building, then I could get them onto Clank, and then now I'm looking at if I get the 2 Clank legacies, that could be something in a couple of years we could bust out.
Yeah.
Plus, yeah. I mean, I really enjoyed playing it 2-player with a wife, and I mean, I would happily play 1 again. Even though I know what's going on, I'll probably play a saboteur kind of role and just like try and screw it over a bit, kind of make it just a little bit more difficult for those that don't know what's going on. So yeah, it'd be interesting in that kind of aspect. Of that, but this looks pretty good. I mean, they've even got scratch off cards now.
I saw that. Well, they had those in
Didn't they have
Pandemic
those?
Legacy, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. What makes me laugh is that people in the comments saying, "Oh, can't we have a stretch goal where we get removable stickers and or recharge packs?" And it's like, guys, get over yourselves. Not everything can be reset, kind of thing. Just play the game out.
That's the point of Legacy. Just go and buy Clank in Space if you want to replay the same game with mild variations. I'd highly recommend it for its replayability.
And then what's nice is the 500,000, which they've unlocked. You're going to get a companion app with it, so people doing the voices of talking about the story and things like that. That'd be good to have this time. And then what really got me on this, at 600,000, they backtracked a bit. That's 600,000. They're going to unlock sleeves that you can add on as an extra purchase. So hold on a minute. Cool Mini or Not used to do unlockable add-ons years ago, and then they stopped doing it. They just do add-ons now. It was like, why are we gone back to this realm? And even at 650, you can, if we get to that, they unlock metal coins for you to add on to your pledge as well. It's just like, oh, come on, guys. If you've got nothing else to add to this, just say that's it. We're done with stretch goals.
You can always add in more things.
Oh,
metal coins, minis.
They're custom sleeves, though, aren't they? So they've got kind of designs on them.
They are custom sleeves, yeah.
They are custom sleeves, yeah.
I've got the ones for Return to Dark Tower. They are quite cool.
Yeah.
I think it was Restoration Games who started the old custom sleeve thing.
They did, yes.
I think with Dark Tower, actually.
No.
No.
Fireball Island did custom sleeves.
Right. That is it. I knew I had it. I knew I had it.
Did you back that? Did you?
Yeah, I got Fireball Island with the custom sleeves. I got it. Yeah, I've got it.
Okay. So yeah, it's going strong. It's nearly up 600,000. So we'll be able to add on our custom sleeves when it comes to the pledge manager. When you get to the. And I did put another one in here. Hunters DA AD. The Hunters AD 1492. Which looks really nice. It's a beautiful game. Really beautiful miniatures. It's got like a campaign book to it, where it's a cooperative game where you're running around hunting monsters in it. but because it's a miniature game, it's going to cost a fortune.
Yeah.
Indeed. What's the €117 was the one
That's
pledge level they have?
Yeah, the only one pledge, but of course they've got add-ons and things.
Which makes it
like
easier, just having one pledge level. No
It
silly
does.
unlocks. No metal coins and dual layered balls and stuff.
Oh, but there is.
They're probably just if it comes in the base, then that's fine. Yeah.
If you go down to the add-ons,
doesn't come in the base. You've got to add it on.
Oh, they're add-ons at the end.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cheeky.
Yeah.
Right, I'll work out how much it is if you get everything. Then.
Hero set $25. Metal coins $22. Extra dice, extra attack dice $5. Box of minis $46. Printed map $5. Play mat $23.
Don't get the map anyway, do you?
No, I don't think so.
In the words of Duncan Bannatyne,
no map in the box.
in the words of Duncan Bannatyne, I'm out.
Yeah. Just get.
And you get an additional set of additional dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
What?
I do love an additional set of additional dice.
What I do like with gamefound projects is with the stretch goals, they have like a meter bar that fills up as they start getting closer to the stretch goal target, which is quite nice for those that are addicted to like crowdfunding products and like we're getting closer and closer to the next stretch goal. So you know where you're at it, but yeah, I think I'm slowly getting done with Kickstarters and that.
You've been saying that for months.
I know. I think I'm being a bit more picky with it.
Yeah, that's true. Just Marvel. That's all now. Although there's so many at the moment, it's like one a month for Marvel, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. So yes.
Cool.
Right. Games played. Now actually I've not really played anything new. I played Clank Legacy. I've played what is it? Oh, Marvel Age of Heroes again. And what did I play with? Oh, did play Little Towns or Little Town, but the new expansion they brought out. So that's
Tiny Town.
No, not Tiny Town. So there's Tiny Town, which was AEG. And then there was Little Town, which was like a worker placement game. I don't know if you played it, Lewis, but you got like a square board, and you place your worker out on the map, and you gain everything in the 8 squares around your worker. So if there's resources, you'll gain one resource for all that. But if there's a building, you can activate it to gain more stuff. If it's your building, it's free. If it's someone else's building, you have to give them a coin. And you basically do that for 4 rounds. Like you gain more resources, build more buildings, and trying to maximize your score. Which is a really cute little game, and I really enjoy it. And it's like one of those worker placement games. Why has this not been done before? But they brought out a surprise expansion for it, which I didn't even know was coming, called Artisans, and it adds this separate bit onto it. So there's a separate board where you get these cards, which upgrade you. So, depending on how many players there is, you have a certain number of workers. And in this, you lay out, for the new expansion, you lay out a certain number of cards which have a notch on the sides of them. So you place your worker in between those notches, and at the beginning of the game, nothing is there. They're just blank cards. But when you place a worker out and don't activate an artisan card, you can gain an artisan card, a level 1 one, and put that where you took your worker from. It's a bit hard. It sounds a bit weird. In the futures, when you take a worker from that place next to an artisan card, you place it on do an action with it, you can actually upgrade that artisan card to the next level, and they get stronger and stronger. And so you're basically gaining more benefits from placing your workers out using these artisan cards. Really cool. And you get to level 4.
It's like giving them special powers, isn't it? That's
cool. Yeah, it is kind of giving. Yeah, it's giving your workers little extra boost or power. There's 2 types. There's like resource generating cards, and then there's building cards, which mostly give you discount off of buildings. And if you get to level 4, they actually give you more points for end game scoring. And it added a nice twist to it. It did kind of make it longer. And
I'd expect that. But if it's an enjoyable longer, then that's all good.
I mean, I don't think it makes the game.
It's not a long game, though, is it? So it's not
No.
a long game to begin with.
No. So, I mean, it took us all night to play, which is quite annoying. And I kind of I was hoping that I'll play this and then we can play this. So I actually did get a little new game called Echoes. Yeah. And it's what I wanted to play afterwards. And basically, Echoes, it looks like an exit game, but you're using sounds to solve the story. So it's a small box. It comes with, there's like 6 chapters.
I think I've read about this, yeah.
Yeah. And then you get a load of cards, and it looks like, when you put it all over the table, looks like some kind of murder investigation scene you're trying to solve, of like piecing and it'd just be pictures. There's nothing else to it. And then you start the app, you tell it which one you're playing, and then you hear like an interlude kind of the story. And then you basically scan the cards, and it will give you like part of the story, and it might just be sound effects, or it might be talking. And then you got to take that and say, what did I hear? Oh, I heard someone dropping coins onto a table, and there's a load of coins here. And then that must go to this one, because there was something about going on here. And then if you think you've got the right 3 pictures going with the chapter, then you'll you'll go to solve, you'll scan the chapter, and then you'll scan the cards in the order that you think they're going, and it will either say, yes, you've got this correct, and you can hear the whole chapter, or it might say, no, there's 1 card in the wrong place, or 1 card doesn't belong in this chapter, or none of these cards belong in this chapter, which might mean you actually got the wrong cards in the wrong chapter, and if you move them over...
That's really nice. Yeah. But it tells you if you've got them correct but in the wrong order.
You can play it on 2 different modes. If you play it on easy, it will actually tell you whether the cards are correct, wrong, or in the wrong order. And if you play it on normal, which gives you none of that, it just tells you whether it's like, no, wrong, 1 card doesn't belong here, or none of them belong here. If you scan too many times and get it wrong, it will just take it to easy and say, this is it, kind of thing. This is what you're getting wrong, which did actually happen to me, kind of, because I was like, surely this is right. Because I played it on my own, just to play it, and I was like, I'm sure this is right. So I was like scanning it. What am I doing wrong here? And then it then said this is in the wrong place. So then I swapped them around and rescanned it. So, oh, I get it now. I see where that was coming from. And then once you've done it, and then the last part of that story would be to get all the chapters in the right order. And if you can get that right, and once you've done that right, which I got first time, you can listen to the whole story. And it's actually quite cool.
Way through. So
yeah.
That's really cool. I remember watching Game Boy Geek did a review of the Cursed Ring version of Echoes a few weeks ago. So I think that's why it rang a bell.
So I think
it sounds really interesting, really clever.
Cocktail one, which was like kind of what's the era when America stopped alcohol? Prohibition. Yeah. So it's set in Prohibition with mafias and things like that. So it's just a little section. Cool. Yeah. And then I've also, Christoph, because we've done a swap, he got one, The Dancer, which is meant to be a ghost story. And he said he got halfway through it and got scared, so he put it away.
Yeah. I suppose, that's one thing with audio. You can put in that level of immersiveness. It actually does get a bit freaky, whereas a static board game, you don't. As I said the other week when I played a Cthulhu game, I didn't get any sense of fear from it. But if you're listening to the audio as well, that's pretty cool.
So
does it use that immersive audio thing? You know, have you ever done that? Where you have to put the headphones in, and then it's like someone like cutting your hair, and like you can hear the shaver moving around, and the person talking in your ear and your other ear, and like literally, if you close your eyes, it's literally like you're there. Like, have you not come across those before? There's like loads of them that you can put. Oh, I have a look at them. There's a few of them. It's I forget what it's called. It's called something like immersive audio or something like that. If they did that with this Echoes, that'd be amazing. Only problem is it would definitely be a solo then because you need headphones.
Oh, you could get a splitter and get lots of people with same headphones. Yeah.
Well, I think Christoph said it didn't help because he was playing. It's really weird. He said he was playing it at night when after like put the kids and like him and the missus were in bed. So they said, "Oh, let's play this game like before we go to sleep." And it's like the ghost story. And he just said,
"Go to sleep."
And he said they just got scared and just started screaming because like there'd be footsteps and it sounded like they were coming up the stairs. And he was like, "No, I'm done."
Brilliant.
Oh dear.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to play that a couple more of them. But yeah, they are one and done. But at this rate, like I said, I swapped it with Christoph, so I'm kind of getting two for the price of one.
That's an advantage if it's not legacy where it destroy components. It's fully replayable. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Go on then, Nick. What you got?
Cool. So what I've managed to play in the last 2 weeks, we played a few things at our Monday game night. First one I want to talk about is the original version is called Plymouth Flowman, but was republished in America as Plums. And it is actually on Kickstarter at the moment for another re-implementation called Pies as part of a 4 trick-taking set. And it's a trick-taking adjacent game. And I say that because you're not winning and taking tricks. You are playing tricks to effectively bid on drafting the cards played to the trick. And you're trying to draft these cards to combine them into fruit cocktails, which give you points in the game if you can get the right mixes of fruits. It's a fun little trick-taking game for 3 to 5 players. It's a Matthias Kramer design, so it's good pedigree. And it's got a clever little mechanic where you've got whoever is last in the trick to take a card gets a bonus plum card, which has no suit, or it is just a suit of it, so it has no number. So it's its own suit. And there are, I think, 7 or 8 different suits of fruit in the game of different values. And those plums can then be used in other cocktails, any fruit mixes. And you can also, some of the cards give you powers, where you can take a guard dog, which stops people stealing cards from you. You can get a card that lets you steal cards from other people if they haven't got the watchdog. And then you get these pie cards, which don't give you pies. It gives you the number pi on a card. So you get 3.14 on 3 cards. And you can then add those to other later hands in the trick to increase your bid value. And because of the decimal places, you can never then have a tie. And it's a very weird reasoning why they've added this in, but it's because the 2 most impressive personalities of the time were Leonard Euler, who did a lot of work with Mathematics of the Pi, and then Maria Sibylla Merian, who worked with she was a naturalist and an artist, and so there's a lot of beautiful illustrations in the game as well. So it's a weird, bizarre combination of Euler and Merian's work. But it works very nicely. It's a nice little trick-taking game. And as I said, they're doing another version on Kickstarter now, as part of a 4-pack of trick-takers. Because I think the American version, Plums, was originally published by Crash Games, which went out of business quite a while ago. So I think this is getting it back into publication. So it's good to see. So we played that one. And then the other one I'll mention is Century New World, which is one of the trilogy games of Century, Spice World, and Eastern Wonders. And this was the last one of the 3, which is the worker placement version. So this is an Emerson Masucci design from Plan B Games. And like Century, Spice World, you are trying to exchange resources to get better resources to then swap them for points cards. But the mechanic that it uses here is you have a number of worker placement spots, and you can put out a number of workers onto spots. You can go to somewhere else where someone has already been, but you have to put one more than the number of workers they've got. And you have a very limited pool of 6 workers to start with, which you can increase. But the worker placement spots also unlock after a certain amount of time when people gain these points cards. Some of them let you unlock some of these extra worker spots, which give you a little bonus, but then also lets everyone then use these extra worker spots. So the board kind of gradually grows out and out. So you get, in theory, it speeds up and up as you go through. This is probably my second favourite. So I think Spice World is still my favourite of the 3 Century games because it's so clean and simple and smooth. But this is probably my second favourite one, which is it's very similar to the first one, but I like the work and placement mechanic. It's a nice way of giving that extra interaction between players. And then Eastern Wonders, I did enjoy Eastern Wonders, but that's an area control one, so it's a bit more of a fiddly game, I think. So at some point, I hope to try and play the combined versions, because you can combine all 3 of them, or you can combine any 2 in any combination to make like a longer game. So I'd like to try that at some point. But yeah, we had a fun time playing that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got the Golem.
The Golem
one,
version, yeah, which does look beautiful. I'd love to see that.
Of the very first game, and then the other 2 came out, and I was waiting for the Golem version to come out, and I think it has now.
They're all
for
out
the other 2. I think by the time it took them to get it out, I never got around to picking it up. Yeah, I must sort of go back and get those. Yeah, and, if I can find them somewhere.
Yeah,
I'll go have a look on board game prices and see.
So, Lewis, what have you been playing? Other than Quest for El Dorado.
Very kind of you to ask, Nick.
You're very welcome.
So in my local board game group, we've just done. We tend to do kind of little mini series with like a theme type thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, it sounds like my dogs are taking apart the kitchen. Wait a second. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, all fine.
That's not what
yeah. So the theme that we were kind of going for like an evolutionary type theme, and so we're kind of in the middle of it at the moment. And the first game we played was Evolution Climate. I'd only ever played the base Evolution one without the climate element on the app before, and it was perfectly good. I think the climate bit. So for people who don't know the game, it's you basically have to kind of create different species, give them different traits that lets them survive, and you get points by feeding your species. And there's at the start of each round, everyone has to put in a card that's got different numbers in, anything from sort of -3 to 10 or something, and you add it all up, and that goes into like a communal feeding pot, and then you each take it in turns to feed once. And any of the animals that all the animals you feed give you points. Each bit of food a point, and each animal you don't feed, you kind of they die off if they starve, which is normally a lot of waste of your time. And there's a mechanic where you can sort of turn, instead of eating the kind of communal food, you can turn your animal into a carnivore, and you can go hunting, or she can go hunting other species of your own or your opponents. So that always leads to a bit of fun. You end these kind of like arms races with different cards and things. And the climate element, just the bit where you play the card that decides the food, you also has a number of suns or snowflakes on, and there's a track at the top of the board. And if there's more suns than there are snowflakes, then it gets hotter by 1, and if there is more snowflakes than suns, it gets colder by 1. Or if it's the same, it stays where it is. And it's a nice little addition, because you get little events that happen as it gets hotter. You can have like a meteor strike, or you can have like a in the middle of when it's really cold, you can you can have kind of events where it's suddenly warmed as like a one-off for the first time it happens when you reach that level, and it can sort of throw people off. But you can kind of play traits where you get like a woolly skin, or like woolly mammoth type thing, fur, to give you protection from the cold. But if you have that on when it gets hot, it means you start dying off and things like that. So it's quite good. I really quite enjoyed it. We had a good game of it. Have you guys played that?
No.
The Oceans one, I think, on the app. I haven't.
That's it. Well, yeah. So then they expanded it again. When they expanded it, it was another whole new game, but on the same theme, which was Oceans. We played that the next week.
I saw that.
That one's a bit different. Yeah, because that one's a bit different because every creature is a carnivore and a herbivore kind of at the same time by default. And so you can kind of attack your opponents and things like that straight off the bat. Whereas in Evolution, you've got to physically play the carnivore trait card on them to convert them into a carnivore to get them to go and eat other bits. And there's a bit more there's some good interaction in the other one, in Oceans. And but it's a very similar sort of thing. You've got kind of species, and you've got to feed from a communal pool, and cards you play can fill up that communal pool and things like that. But it's different enough that it feels like a different game, but you can tell it's from the same family. You certainly could own both and not have a problem with it. I personally felt Evolution Climate was the better of them, of the two, and I prefer Evolution Climate to Evolution itself. Evolution, the original game, I find sometimes gets a little bit stale quite quickly. There's not really enough to it. I think I've never played the Flight expansion. I've never played, but I think Climate adds a whole depth, like another depth of kind of complexity in terms of you're not just kind of trying to fight off predators or feed fastest than your competitors. You're now trying to adapt for the weather as well as having an influence on the weather. So you've got all those things to kind of consider. I think
cool.
I could definitely recommend Evolution Climate, and Oceans is very good as well.
It looks like they're redoing all of this as well into a new version called Nature, which is they say it's making all the expansions compatible, including all future expansions, and simplifying the base game to make it more gentle and inviting. But
it's Evolution.
Just happen to see that. Yeah, it's if you look on BoardGameGeek under Evolution, it says Nature is re-implementing it. It's due out this year. I think it's just going to be in theory a change rule set, maybe, or it's hard to tell from the description, but they're certainly working on it. And there's another one called Evolution New World, which is a redoing of the original format to make it a more unified, more up-to-date game, I think. But yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah, well, my friends got them. I originally saw them on Kickstarter. I remember when they were on Kickstarter. I very nearly backed both of them, but never took the plunge on either. They're very good, strong games. Particularly Evolution Climate was quite good fun. Really quite liked it. And then the other big game that we played was. Have you guys played Civilization: New Dawn yet?
No,
I haven't.
Newer Civilization
want
1.
to.
Yeah, so I mean, you know me, I love a Civ game, but I like most people don't have the time to ever bloody play them because they're normally so involved and last 5 years and good Civ. So this is supposed to have it was based on the computer game, and it's supposed to have that Civilization feeling, where you've got to kind of got that sandboxy, build your own civilization, out technology, out expand outwonder your opponents, and certainly the mechanics of the game are that you can kind of do all those things, and I think it's really quite interesting. One of the best parts of it, I think, it's got that what do you call it, that card mechanic when there's like you pick a card from the row of cards and then it goes back to the beginning, and as it goes up the row it gets more and more powerful. Do you know the one I mean? What's it called?
It's Yes, I know what you mean. Art Nova does it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
yeah.
same as Ark Nova.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just that the longer you don't use an action, so you've got
the
these cards
stronger,
that are
stronger.
your actions, and the longer you don't do it, the stronger it gets. And in particular, this, if it gets to the end, they've almost all got like extra superpowers when they hit the end. But what's really, and so each covers like a different area, like building new cities, trading, war, technology, like moving, kind of advancing in the science, things like that. And what's the mechanic I thought was really good, I really quite liked about it, as to how they, because I couldn't quite see how they were including. I said before the game started, I was like, well, listen, if science isn't the most important thing, then this is not a real Civ game, because played the computer game. And luckily it is, because what science does in that game is it actually upgrades those cards.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So you've got like a technology card that will say move, say, and it starts off at say 1 or whatever, and then it'll gradually move up as you don't use it, and it'll get to 6 or whatever, 5 or 6, whatever it may be, and it's just move up that number of spaces up the technology track, and then when you hit a new technology track, you can upgrade one of your cards and blah blah blah. But like the upgraded card might be like, move up that number, and you can also do X, Y, and Z to kind of make it better. And you've got like your little caravans that you send off for trading. And it might be initially like, you can move X number of spaces, and then you upgrade it, and it's like, you can move 2 caravans X number of spaces, and then you can move 2 caravans X number of spaces, and then you can now go across water when you get like flight or trains or whatever it is.
Cool.
So it becomes
really
more and more powerful. Yeah, it was. The only thing, in order to make it quicker, you've kind of got these kind of 3 goal cards, and each goal card has got a kind of a top and a bottom kind of target you can go for. And as soon as you get it, you kind of put your marker on it. And once you've got a marker on all 3 cards, either the top or the bottom for each of those things, and it might be build 2 blue wonders, or build 2 red wonders, or capture a city, or capture someone's capital city, or I forget what the other ones are. Have 2 special areas on the board, like capture 2 special areas on the board, like natural wonders they're called. If you've ever played Civ 6, they're like areas that you get a bonus. And so the thing I would say about that is the people I was playing with were very much playing Civ, which you can do because it is very much like Civ and it is fun to build a Civ. I was literally just building towards the next target, paying very little heed to what my civilization was really doing, and won by a country mile. And I mean, it made it end quickly, but I think it took away from, even though it's like the whole thing, like Terra Mystica. People say, "Oh, Terra Mystica can do whatever you want. It's all sandboxy." It's like, but then people moan because they say, "Oh, well, actually, it's all on rails because you have to score, when it tells you to score, how and when." And it's that kind of feeling is kind of to it. So yeah, it does take away a little bit, but again, that's what makes it play in an hour and a half rather than 5 days. So
indeed,
I enjoyed it. I thought it was quite good.
Cool.
Yeah, it's one I've always wanted to play, but just never had a chance. I don't know anyone that's had it. Yeah, so awesome. Right. Let's move on to the next part, which is basically our discussion this week is about UK Games Expo.
Yes.
So yes, annual event comes around nearly every year, except for COVID, which really screwed up pretty much everything in the world. So there was at least 1 year where it didn't take place. And then I think now we're pretty much on to getting back to where it used to be before COVID came. I never went last year, mainly because I forgot about it. Lewis actually messaging me going, "Did you go into UK Games Expo? Or are you at it?" Or something. I was like, I didn't even know it was on, actually. I think at the time I was pretty nose deep into a course I was actually trying to complete. So
Yeah.
timing wasn't great, and it wasn't fully evolved back into because it was still kind of a bit of effect on COVID and things like that.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, definitely going this year. Me and Lewis are going to be there representing Devon Dice.
Mm-hmm.
Nick's going to be
Nice.
there representing
indeed.
Mighty Boards, aren't you?
Mighty Boards, yep.
What's their game they're really pushing this year?
They are pushing the upcoming Hamlet expansion by the lake, and they're also pushing. I think they've been demoing Fate Forge, which is the one that they launched last year and funded on Kickstarter. Which hasn't arrived. It hasn't arrived from Kickstarter yet, but they're going to be doing more demos of that.
Aren't they also doing? Was it Excavate? No, what was it? Excavation Earth?
Oh, they've got the Excavation Earth expansion. Yeah, it belongs to the museum expansion, which I think they'll be selling copies of, but they won't be demoing it specifically.
Okay.
But you can come along and have a look at the bits. Yeah.
And I think Sam's going this year. He actually gave us a list of games that he's looking at, so he must be going.
He's more organised than we are.
Yeah, he is. I just looked quickly. Because hopefully, if we can all arrange to meet up in one time, we will record the 100 episode there live. So it'd be interesting if we can make this work. So we'll see how that goes. That's one plan we've got going for it. My other big plan is basically taking a massive big stack of board games that I am no longer playing or want and selling those, and hopefully reducing my collection down quite consistently.
Cool. Braving the bring and buy.
I've got about 30 big box games here that I'm trying to get rid of.
Whoa.
Well, we've got. Hang on. You haven't sent me the list. You got to send me the list first.
I'll
you
send
know
you
the rules.
Don't worry.
First dibs.
I'll send you a list. I'll send the club the list as well, so they can have a look.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But it's just there's a lot of games where it's like I'm not going to play this ever again. I like it, but I can never see myself taking it off the shelf. So it's just like, it might as well just go somewhere else. And then I also hopefully try and fund Essen with it.
Yes. Good plan.
And then come back with a whole new load of games.
Yeah.
I'll probably never play. So yeah.
And then
so that's my big goal is come up with a load of games and not come back with any, or maybe only a couple. Definitely a couple. I do want to try and pick up Heat. So
yeah.
I'm selling Formula D and a few expansion boards.
Oh yeah,
because I want Heat. Because I think Heat basically killed off Formula D.
I mean, it's quite different though, isn't it? Because Formula D is all about dice rolling and mitigating what size of dice you got.
Yeah, but like if someone gets ahead,
rather than deck building,
and someone's having terrible dice rolls, there's no coming back from that.
Yeah, indeed.
You know, Heat is in stock in quite a few places.
Yeah,
but you have to pay shipping.
Like Zatu.
Pick up
Zatu is selling it for less than RRP. Even with shipping, it's $59.98.
Yeah, I know. But
as he's going to be there, he's going to pick it up anyway.
Yeah. Find someone that's doing a fire sale. You run around all the stalls, that's selling all the same games, but trying to outprice each other.
I don't think there'll be any fire sales of Heat.
No. You never know. One shop
you never know.
You might find
years and does a.
Might find someone to bring it by.
Might do.
Good.
Yeah, but only for £500.
So yeah, that's my goal: is go there, sell my games, and I don't know, see what else they've got going on. They have got a copy of Apex Legends, so it'd be interesting to go and actually have a look at that. And a couple other games. Lewis just wants to go and play games.
That's exactly what I was about to say. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go there, I'm going to get a table, and I'm going to play games from morning till dusk. And I might take one wander around the shops, and then I'm gonna
Unplaceable.
try on nothing. I'm just going to play.
Cool. So go find Lewis, everyone.
Mhm.
He wants to play.
I'll be the lonely guy with a sign.
Saying, please play.
Just seeing what's on entertainment wise. Oh, Darkroom.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, they're doing that one again.
I'll go for that again.
Yeah, we've got to do Darkroom again.
I'm
I
in.
love Darkroom. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you can't go to UKGE Expo without going to Darkroom. You
there's
die,
Nightmare-
you die, you die.
Yeah. Nightmare Live is still live. Werewolf Live.
Werewolf
The Jolly
Live,
Boat. Noise Next
That's some
Door.
good stuff.
Game On. What's that? Game and comedy show.
That's a comedy
And
group.
Notflix.
Improv comedy.
Yeah. Notflix is a totally improvised comedy musical based on an audience suggestion of a favourite movie. Then using location, key scenes, and characters as they jump off point and create a brand new narrative. Okay, that might be interesting. Go see that.
Yeah, it'd be quite fun, I think. Yeah, I saw that one.
So yeah, I do like those live show stuff. So that's all in swing again. That's quite good to see. We've got tournaments going on, mega games. Sorry, I'm thinking of like Den of Wolves, yeah, and Aftermath.
And Aftermath. Oh.
Now, is this the right one? Aftermath used to be a huge game where like hundreds of people used to play. Yeah, Aftermath is a mega game, 40 plus players, 6 hours a game where diplomacy and cooperation are at least as important as making clever moves. So this is basically like they take events like, I don't know, aliens invading Earth, and you are like a group of people that might be the scientists, or be the other group that be the military and things like that, and you're trying to make decisions to try and affect the outcome, kind of thing. I would love to play that. 10 till 4:30 on Saturday.
I mean, it's basically a day you're taking out.
Yeah.
All of Saturday.
9 remaining.
Well, I'd love to do it. Let's not do it. Let's not do it UK Games Expo. But there are the companies that do it. We could sign up to one and go to one.
We could do. Yeah, could do. Yeah.
They're almost always. There's loads of them always going on in London and stuff. So you could come and stay with me the night before, and we could pop in and then do it, and then come back.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Good idea.
Definitely. Live-in History Village. Oh, that would be the
It's the Viking village.
the Viking village outside.
They're always there.
Oh, yeah.
They're great
outside,
fun. Those guys.
Yeah.
Star
they're
Trek
brilliant.
Simulator. Oh,
They
Starship
really go into it.
Simulator.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember the Starships? Yeah. That one was
Never
booked
actually
out.
done
I'd
it.
like to have done that. No. It's always booked out.
It is always booked out. No events. That must be, unless they haven't put the tickets up yet. So.
Or they're booked out.
Or they're booked out. Probably booked out, knowing us. And then they've got the awards going on. Done bring 'em by. Open Gaming Maths Trade. That's where everyone stands in one room, like holding up a game, hoping to find
complete insanity.
the right person. Special guests. Who we got coming? We have Luke Gygax. I think I said that right. Co-founder of Dungeons and Dragons. Sir
Nice.
Ian Liverstone.
Oh, wow. Right.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's the playtesting also that's going on of new games people are trying to create.
That's a big playtest section.
Come across some little gems in that. But usually
There are often, some really clever little games in there, which it's nice to see. Nice to see them. And they're always very popular, that area of the playtest.
Excellent. I can't wait. Hopefully, we'll have some good stories from it.
Laser tag? Eh?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to that on the Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's already booked.
He's not even told
Yeah,
us.
it's the Mighty Boards crew taking us to.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's got his own little crew, isn't he?
Yeah, got my
Yeah, I see.
Warhammer laser tag
for us.
experience.
So, yeah, basically,
Warhammer laser tag experience.
Yeah. Hands-on with full-size replica laser guns as they embark on a daring mission to pull right from the pages of the Warhammer 40,000, capturing objectives, scoring points, of their teams without botching attack rolls on site. Not recommended for children under 6.
Dang.
Should we book it? It looks fun.
Yeah, we book at this. We
How
could
much
be
it
on the
cost?
opposite team to Nick. Just
It's
kill him.
£15.
Yeah, when's he doing it? I want to go against Nick.
Saturday at
Revenge.
6, I think. Yeah, come and play.
Saturday at 6. Let's see if there's a spot.
It's only half an hour. That'd be great fun. How much is it?
£15.
Oh, seems alright, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's 3 spots remaining, Lewis, if that's the right time. Yeah.
Saturday at 6.
Yeah.
We do it.
We'll be against Nick.
Well, we could end up being on the same team. You never know.
It could be.
It could be. Yeah, it'd be fun.
How many is?
Yeah, I don't know how
many
big the teams are.
You...
There's 6. For us, there'll be 4 of us.
All right. It could be on the same team. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's 8 aside,
Right.
so
We could
yeah.
I think we need
put
to
our differences aside.
buy tickets. We need to buy tickets first. Oh,
Do
Jesus.
it.
I
Do it.
thought, oh my God, how much is it? And that's for a family 3-day pass. £110. Oh dear. And that's young
£110.
adult. Do you think I'll get away with a young adult if I shave my beard off? Save myself 12
You are
quid.
quite short.
So are you?
Taller than you by at
You
least
just-
a centimetre.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's, UK Games Expo. Maybe we should have done it in Chula, I know what it is. We did do a little bit, but it's now the 3rd biggest board game convention in the world. It's fair to say, isn't it? Behind Essen and Gen Con. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I
Depends
think it's
how
ahead of Origins now, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Origins had a terrible year this
Yeah.
year already. So I think they've got it in the books to be the 3rd this year already. Been going since for 16 years now? Did they say?
It's a long while, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I went to one where it was back in the old
16th year.
in
In the Hilton. Oh, the one before that, the other hotel.
Before that, Carrigan Palace? No.
Carradine. Was it Carradine?
Something like that. And
Yeah,
it was basically,
I think the first one I went was the first time they were in the Hilton.
yeah.
That's when the was there.
Yeah, I remember it being in Hilton. That was lovely. It was like still quite small, and everything was just like it's just there, and it's just great. And now it's just turned into this massive. So basically, still uses the Hilton, but that's only for like open board gaming and some events and things like that.
Yeah.
But now, basically, all the big halls are in the NEC, and they went from one small NEC hall and now taking up about 3 NEC halls, which is, I think, quite a feat in itself.
It is a lot of people.
It's very family friendly. So yeah, if you want to take wife, kids,
yeah, there's a whole family
husband,
zone.
So yeah, there's lots of events for kids to do as well. I mean, I've seen there's like someone puts on D&D or role-playing games for kids.
They have a number of RPGs for kids.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
They can sit down and just have fun with that. All the games are there's even like, who is it? Trying to think of the company that sets up mainly just kid and family-friendly games. Not Asmodee. It come to me. I'll drop it in there.
Yeah.
Coiled Spring. Spring game. Yeah. So they always have a big area for playing family-friendly games. And yeah. And then it's the open halls stay open pretty much almost all night. I think there is a cut-off time of about 12. So
oh no, it goes on beyond then. There's some that open like till the Hilton is open till like 5 a.m. I think.
Oh yeah, maybe in special.
Might be like an official time.
The main
like
halls in the NEC
time that they open till.
close about 11 or 12. But then then you can go to the Hilton for effectively all night. Yeah.
Wow, I like to be in bed by 10 anyway, so.
Yeah, right. Well, we're getting a train back. We're going to have to get back before a certain time because the train stopped, I think.
Oh yeah. What's parking like at the NEC? Then how much does that cost? I reckon that can't be
it's
much
obscene
more than 2
expensive.
train tickets.
It was last time
Oh, is
I'd
it?
done it. It was like
It's like
£14.
£20. Yeah, goes up and up.
Last time I was there, I remember they had some kind of massive assault course next to it. It wasn't part of it. It was just someone that built it next to the NEC.
At the NEC, that's the Bear Grylls experience, I think.
That's it.
It
It was a fortune to get. Yeah, it was a fortune to
it
use
was
it.
obscene expensive. Yeah.
I'm going to try and see.
But it does look a lot of fun.
What was it? An assault course?
Bear Grylls
It's a whole
adventure.
it's a whole experience which includes an assault course and other bits.
Yeah, this is it. I should have clicked on ticket. So I really love to do it, but I was just then, no, that's way too expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, £20 per person. Yeah, £20
that's not
per
out of the realms
person.
of
No.
insanity.
Oh, that's
still...
hold on a minute. That's axe throwing.
Oh, just axe throwing.
Yeah, that's just axe throwing.
You have to hide the axe too.
Archery's £20. High fly. So when you're like in that wind tunnel that blows you upwards, like you're kind of skydiving. That's £52.
Cool. £52.
Yeah.
Flipping it. They better make me bloody actually fly for that.
Shooting, climbing, cage snorkeling. Flipping out, they got loads going on now. Escape rooms.
What do you live in an escape room?
So the high ropes, which is I think the one I was talking about, is £32 per person.
Gosh, that is pretty standard. That's like Go Ape. We've been to Go Ape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So all these events, basically, if you go on one of these events, they all come with the free assault course entry. So the axe throwing, like it's 30 minutes of axe throwing. Test your aim and strength, unleash your inner lumberjack. Don't think lumberjacks actually throw the axes. But anyway, and then we all come with free assault course entry.
Well, there you go.
So if we do a escape room, do we get free? Yeah, we do the escape room, and then we get free access to the assault course.
Well, there you go. What's the assault course look like?
It was massive. Anyway, that's right off topic. So Bear Grylls, the
that can be in any other business.
Yeah, is right next door to the NEC.
Very good.
Yeah. Want something else to do, which I don't think you'll be lost to. And usually at the same time as that they're doing this, they've got the comic book convention going in across the hallway.
Yeah.
So you usually find Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like hanging around, like I did. But anyway, so
very good.
Yeah, right. I think that wraps up.
Yep.
Massive.
So I hope to see some of you there.
Yeah, definitely.
Our many listeners.
Listener. Our many listener.
Our many listener.
No, in fairness, we're getting more and more popular. Numbers are going up.
So we got someone join the Discord the other day, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Jez.
Oops.
Oh,
Sam says later. So hello, Jez. If you're listening.
Hello, Jez. Who's that? Someone called Jez.
Come and chat. Someone called Jez.
Yeah.
What a right lad.
He's offline at the minute, but. Sorry, Jez. Didn't realise you were in there. But hi.
Lovely to have other people.
Definitely.
Come and join our Discord.
Definitely join in with the
more people come join.
That Nick and Sam have between them. Because whenever they start talking, it's usually because I'm working, and I dare not turn on anything other than my work on my computer. So.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh, plus I got locked out of Discord because someone tried to hack into my account. So they locked it and had to re-sign back in again. And didn't know what was going on until I looked at my emails. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting.
Is that what you told your wife after she saw the content that your groups you were part of?
No, I was always private browsing.
Someone was hacking my account. Someone was hacking my account.
Ah, finally Sam's taken his turn on Ark Nova as well.
The important
Anyway,
thing
Nick, you got something to add in? Any other business?
Yeah, I thought I'd add this in. I've just started reading the novels for The Expanse, which is James S.A. Corey's space opera, which is on now on Prime as a TV series, a 6-series show, which is an excellent
I know The
TV
Expanse.
series. Yeah.
Well, the first series is good. It gets a bit weird when it turns into Stargate.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's about around season 4 or so. But yeah, so I've just started reading the books. The first one, Leviathan Wakes, and it is very, very good. Very good novel.
But to say, are the books good?
They are very. The TV show is very, very close to the books so far. I can almost see all the scenes in my head from the show. What I'm reading so I think I'm up to like
That's
the
probably why the
second
program's
episode.
so good.
Yeah. But yeah, so I highly recommend the series to actually read it and to watch it as well. It's a very good production as well on TV, on Prime Video. So have a look.
Brilliant.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I've been watching Suits on Netflix. That's actually quite a good.
That's quite fun, Suits. Yeah.
Yeah, quite enjoying that. Because it's quite old. It's also
Yeah, we
going
watched all those.
Yeah, it's going right back to like where they're using Blackberries as the in phone to be used at the time. It's really weird. And then some actor came on. I was like, I know that actor. Where have I seen her before? Oh yeah, she married the royal family, didn't she?
Yep.
That's right.
Meghan Markle.
That is the Meghan Markle, loved by the Daily Mail readers everywhere.
So yeah, if you ever watch Suits, it's actually quite a good little law, jury law, court law program. So
yeah, they're lawyers, aren't they? So
yeah,
it's all about them.
So yes,
yeah, it's good stuff.
Awesome.
Ideal.
That's it, I think. Unless Lewis has got anything to add in.
I'm not sure I do this time. God, it's boring, isn't it? I'm sure I do, and I forget to write it down, and then I think, I must mention that on the podcast, and now it's completely gone. I can't think of anything.
You should write it into the Discord, and we'd all remember.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe I will. But then when all of our listener logs in, they'll be able to see it. Yeah, but then I'll be updating on my phone and on me. Yeah, exactly.
Well, if we get more coming into the Discord, I might have to do a locked conversation. Or just us.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy chat.
It gets crazy. So, at the minute, Jez gets inside knowledge.
You get to see Sam and I arguing about things.
Dear. Anyway, right. Thank you, guys. Let's get this closed.
Thank you.
So, yeah. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Leave your comments, leave your questions for the 100th episode coming up. That'd be great. I might have to do some arm twisting soon. Anyway, so yeah, leave your question for the 100th episode coming up, and join our Discord server. Join Jez. Be number 2 person to join.
Be like Jez.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to be more like Jez.
Oh dear. And if you need to find out anything we talked about in the show, then you can go to the show notes, and there'll be links and everything for the content we've been talking about. Thanks, guys, for joining us, giving up your time, being on the show. Say good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
And good night from me.
Hopefully no one's going to listen to it in the morning, or that's going to sound really weird, isn't it? It's almost like a threat,
tough.
isn't it? Like,
They need to read
say
it.
good night. Good night. Like,
Just say goodbye. Yes, is that why is it good night? It's because we record at night, I know. It's goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Let's try that again, Shay. Right, guys, thanks for giving up your time. Join me on the show. If you'd like to say goodbye, now's your chance.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening.
And see you on the next episode. 100! Woohoo! Bye.
Whoa.
Right.
Very good.
Nice.
Not looking forward to that edit.
Yeah. You just cut out half, just everything in the middle, where we go completely off topic.
No,
That'd be fine.
So funny.
Right, here we go. I'm putting a link in for Suits for you on Netflix.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I'm using
games.
Chat GPT.
Yeah.
And that is amazing. Like, so
I've never tried it.
Oh, you should. It will change your life. I basically had to write an email to my students, because no one turned up for the day. So, like, my boss said, right, get an email out to them all, do a group email. I was like, so I put them all in. I was just like, what am I going to say? Really had this mental block. And I remember my sister-in-law saying, oh, I did an email to, like, Boots because they took 100 points away from my card. So I got GP Tat to write the email for me, and I got all my points back. I was like, all right, I'll try that. So I wonder if I can bring it up here. And so I wrote this. I just put in it, send an email to my students who didn't turn up for lessons today. So it came up with a standard kind of email letter. I thought, that's Chat GPT. And I thought, that's a bit boring. So I said, that's great, but now add more tongue-in-cheek humour. And it was amazing. And I went to go and send it, and I thought, no, I'll let my boss read it first. And he came back, he goes, that's brilliant, it's really creative, but please don't send it out because we need to be a little bit more...
more professional.
Be more professional.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see if I can bring up my account. How do I log in?
Go on. Cool. No, read it out.
Oh, it's really long-winded. Like, it starts off with,
all right.
Greetings from the realms of education. Today I gaze upon the classroom and my eyes was met with an empty seat that once belonged to you. It seems like you pulled off a remarkable vanishing act during the recent lesson, leaving your classmates and me in awe of your impressive disappearance skills. And it's got emojis next to it. It adds all this in. Now, why I must admit that your absence...
Did you tell it to write?
Basically, I basically first line I said, write me an email to my students that not attended lessons today, and then it wrote this kind of bland email. Then I said, make it more tongue-in-cheek humour, and then it rewrote the email into this, and then now, why I must admit your absence is quite spectacular. I want to take the moment to make sure everything is all right and hope that this whimsical email finds you in good health, preferably not hiding behind a magician's curtain or teleporting to a parallel universe. As your teacher, it is my sworn duty to ensure that your educational journey is filled with excitement and knowledge. However, I cannot help but wonder what marvellous adventure or dastardly plot might have detained you from joining class today. Did you struggle upon a hidden treasure map? Did you stumble upon a hidden treasure map, encounter a time-travelling companion, or find yourself embroiled in a daring escape from an army of mysterious gremlins? Do share your fantastic tales with us if you dare. On a slightly more serious note, it is important that you communicate for any unforeseen circumstances that might prevent you from attending class. why I thoroughly enjoy pondering up over your magical possibilities of your absence. Please remember that timely communication allows us to provide support, ensure you don't miss out on essential course material. So if you encounter a real-life dragon or encountered any unexpected time warp, kindly let me know as to what we can devise a plan to catch you up of what you missed.
That is brilliant.
Amazing.
It was more on that, and I was just like, that's amazing. It saved me hours. And I've actually used it. I've used it more. Like, I applied for a job back at City College, and I heard nothing from them.
Mm-hmm.
So I emailed them saying, like, what's happened with this? Has it been sorted out?
Mm-hmm.
And they said, yes, it went out. Unfortunately, didn't make it to the interview stage. And I was like, how did I not make it to the interview stage? I'm pretty much ticked all the boxes. So then I asked them for feedback using ChatGPT, and it wrote this, Claire said, quite winded, long reply. But they were in it, like, within an hour of me sending the email, I got a call back from them saying, "Oh, really sorry, but you just didn't do this." Or that. I was like, wow. Quite strong kind of thing. So I'm going to use it more. I might even start using it to write my students' reports up and things
Useful.
like that.
Yeah.
Nice one.
All right, then.
Cheers, guys. I'll talk to you.
Yeah, right. Cheers, guys.
See you later.
Talk to you. Catch up with you soon. Cool. See you later. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye. Joel, should I try and add you and see if it'll give you a free box?
You can try, yeah, but
It doesn't say anything about have to be a new sign up. I've got 4 free boxes.
Nice.
Are you already signed up, Joel, or not?
Yeah. I mean, I might do it from my account, which then might allow me to.
All right, just give me your email address and we'll see what it says.
joel.wright@me.com.
Oh yeah, Joel. Your WRIGHT in it.
Mm-hmm.
Joel.wright@me.com. They're just here on my app, and I thought I'd try. And it keeps saying use them or lose them. So it's like, well, I don't even know who I know. Your free box has been sent. You have 2 more free boxes. Hurry up and use them. They expire soon. All right.
Cool.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. If you like it and you want any more deal, I can share a discount where you get 60% off your first box and 25% off the following 10 weeks.
Cool.
If you like it and think you'd like to carry on for that discount, but it's quite expensive, so
nice.
It's not. Yeah, I'm only doing it while I've got an offer, but
yeah,
if it's helpful,
nice one.
let me know.
Thank you, Lewis.
No worries.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yes.
Like I say, free box of food. I'll do a couple of meals.
We'll have to catch up, Lewis, for discussions on UK Games Expo. And
yes. Yeah.
the plans. And
awesome.
from that. All right.